Hey, Scott.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, what's up? Why do you look so down?
I can't believe Back to the Future Minute is over.
Hey, it's okay, man. You got Spider-Man Minute. You got the Doctor's Companion. What more do you want? What? You want your favorite scientist and little assistant? You want to do Doc and Marty? Right? You'll get over it. You'll be fine. Oh, who the hell put this on?
It's on random.
For God's sake.
Look, it's not that I want to keep doing Back to the Future Minute forever. I'm just trying to say that I need something a little more. I want to get out there and do interesting stuff, podcast a little, and I'd love to be able to do it with you, but I want you to want to do it too.
I agree. We should get out there, but what can we do?
Well, how about a cornetto?
A cornetto?
Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy. First, we'll start with a bite of Shaun of the Dead. Then, we'll take some shots of Hot Fuzz, and later, we'll wrap it all up with a couple of pints at the world's end. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!
The Cornetto Minute, the daily podcast where we take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, and have a nice cold pint 1 minute at a time.
It all blows over starting with Shaun of the Dead this October at duelinggenre.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dueling Genre.
Hello and welcome back to Rocky Minute, the daily podcast where we analyze the movie Rocky 1 minute at a time. I'm Doug Greenberg.
And I'm Jason Haynes.
You sure are.
Yeah. You didn't say your name like you normally like, and I'm Doug Greenberg. They were like, and I'm Doug Greenberg. Are we at that point where we're just...
I've given up. And joining us here for this Thursday is our friend Armando Ronquillo from Talented Slackers. Welcome, Armando.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Any Rocky fan is a friend of mine.
Same here.
All right. Well, today we're knocking out minute 69, which begins with Mickey realizing he forgot his hat and ends with Rocky venting some pent-up issues.
Mm-hmm.
So Mickey's walking out. He opens the door, realizes he forgot his hat, and closes the door to go
He
get
touches
it.
his head, though. He realized he forgot his hat because he touched his head. Did you see that? Like,
Or is
look.
that overacting bit where you're like, oh, where's my hat?
No, but look, he goes to the door. He opens the door. He touches his head, and then he realized he forgot his hat.
Yeah, that's where he realizes it, sure.
Was he touching his head to see if he had his hat, or was he just touching his head because he had a rough conversation here, and he was like, oh, shit, hey, where's my hat?
I'll go with the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it.
But Rocky hears the door close, and he thinks that Mickey left, so he comes out of the bathroom, and he sees Mickey, and he goes immediately right back in.
That's weird.
It reminds me of like a little kid, like
Right.
I got nephews, and I got my son. My son never hardly gets in trouble, but my nephews, I always imagine them doing something like this. Like I got a nephew who says, who used to say, when he get in trouble, he would say, "Just let you know, you ruined my life," and then he went back into his room. So, it reminds me of that so much.
Way to be dramatic.
Yeah,
Exactly.
really.
Well, because this is kind of dramatic too, because Rocky comes out and then he sees Mickey and he's like, "Oh shit!"
It does like
He goes back in.
But when Mickey hears the door open, he spins around like, "Oh, is he giving it a second thought?" And
Rocky, change your mind. Oh no, just.
But when Rocky goes back in and shuts the door, Mickey's face is heartbreaking.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's like in that Simpsons episode, you can actually see the moment his heart breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he even has that. He does a little nod, sort of like when he turns. He kind of bobs his head just a little bit to the left, and he's just like, "All right, that's it. Back to my old life."
Yeah. Now, do you think that if Rocky was standing there looking at Mickey as Mickey started to crumble a little bit when he was doing his "I'm 76 years old" thing and his "woe is me" walk to the door, I don't think he would have been able to deny Mickey at that point.
I don't think anybody could.
You're right. As mad as Rocky is, I think he's too much of a heartfelt guy that he would say, "All right, Nick, you did me wrong, but let's do this."
Well, he does. He doesn't see it, but he still does that.
I know, but I think it would have happened at that moment before Rocky starts venting.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I could be wrong.
I think he would have still vented, to him anyway, because I mean, this is something Rocky's been wanting to say for a long time to Mick.
But
I don't know.
He doesn't say it where he can see Mickey, because maybe if he doesn't want to see this old 76-year-old man with that face we just saw. He doesn't want to see that, because he's mad, he's angry, he wants to yell at Mickey, he wants to say what he wants to say this whole time. He's not having it, and he wants to voice his opinion. But I think he has too much respect, a little bit of love, and he does care about Mickey, and he likes Mickey too much to yell at Mickey. That's why he waits for him, obviously, to leave to yell at him. Yeah. But he wouldn't. If Rocky comes out and doesn't leave and sees this and Mickey turns, he's not going to yell at him.
No,
Stupid
definitely.
Of a guy.
Would you?
Yeah, fuck this old man. He's been dogging me for 15 years. Took my locker away.
Mickey lets out a little and leaves. He knows that's all the air he had left in his lungs, and that's it. Now it's over.
That's it. Dream's gone. Back down the stairs you go, old man.
Then Rocky comes out of the bathroom, and here it is. Everything, like his face there, he's stewing. Everything that he's been holding in for these last how many years? 10 years, 15 years is about to come out.
His eyes look a little glassy too. Like I don't know if it's because he's about to cry or they just look a little glassy to me.
You ever get that? Like you're so mad where you feel like you're gonna cry?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He either is about to or was. Maybe he was shedding a tear or two in the bathroom.
I never had the feeling of being so mad that I wanted to cry until I had a child. And that's just mad, frustrated, tired.
That's not emotion. That's a hopeless desperation.
I remember my son was home for 3 days. The third day, and I was actually kneeling on my bedroom floor, my head on my half on my bed, my face was in the on the mattress, and I literally was ready to just bust out in tears and fall and just collapse on the ground. I looked like Mickey. I just wanted to fall down. But yeah, so I do know that. Yeah.
Oh man, I keep saying it. I love these little glimpses into your personal life.
That's why I do this, to let you all know. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely emotional. This is, he's about to let it all out. But again, he doesn't do it to Mickey. He does it. He wants Mickey to hear it. Mm-hmm. Because he comes out as soon as he hears the door close. That's why the first time he heard the door close, he came right out. And then he saw him, he went back in, and then he heard the door close again. So he wants Mickey to hear all this, but he doesn't want to say it to him. He can't bring it. It's like you want to yell at your mother, your father, your grandmother, grandfather. Sometimes it's hard to say it to them. So you wait for them to leave.
A little passive aggressive, but okay.
Yes and no. It's just out of a lot of respect for him, So then Rocky lets it all go.
Yeah, let's take this a little bit at a time here.
Okay.
First thing he says is, took you long enough to get here. It took 10 years to come to my house. You can look at that a couple of ways. Took you long enough to get here, meaning the 10 years that I've known you or been training under you, you've never come to my house. Or you can think of it as like...
It's not the house. It's
apartment.
It took you 10 years to get here, to come to me and get on a level where you wanted to help me.
Yeah, that's the other...
Yeah, it's a metaphor. The apartment's just a metaphor. Stink. It's all a metaphor for his life.
It actually does stink because the house, I keep calling this a house. Let's not call it a house because it's not a friggin' house. This little one room bungalow, it was in LA and it was their flop house that they used to film the interior scenes of Rocky's apartment. And it really did stink.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, what's that in the background? Do you see that is that a cover for the shower or something?
I didn't know what the hell that was either. I thought it was like
looks like one of those people
or something.
What? Oh.
I don't know.
Looks like one of those things people change behind.
Yeah.
Right? You set up to go behind to change your clothes.
Room separating apparatus?
Some sort, yes.
From colonial times.
Friends reference there.
So the first few statements, he's kind of talking through it, and then he starts yelling. When he comes out and says, "That's right, it stinks." And this is, I mean, outside of the the gym scene where he tells Mickey that he wants to know why he's been dogging him for the last 6 years. This is the most emotion we've seen from Rocky. And you can see it in his face. Like his face here when he's mad and he's yelling is real. He's saying a lot with his face, not just his words. He says, I didn't ask no favors from you. And he's like, you're talking about your prime. What about my prime? At least you had a prime.
Mm-hmm. And Mickey stops as he's going downstairs, turns around and looks with that.
What's Mickey thinking right there?
Is he going to run out and hit me?
He's like, is he yelling at me?
Like, maybe I should walk faster.
Somebody else in the apartment?
Because when does he turn and look right there? When he says the thing about talking about your prime?
It's 54 seconds. So let me see real quick.
I think he said at least you had a prime or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about my prime, Mick? Yeah. Is when Mickey has a look on his face.
That's why he turns and looks because, I mean, does he sees that Rocky's right? Does he turn around? He's like,
yeah, could be.
This guy got me.
Yeah, could be.
Says his legs are going, and that's pretty much the end of the minute right there.
It could also be he sees some anger, some fire in Rocky that he hasn't seen too much. So he's looking back with a little bit of, whoa, this guy has something inside of him. Maybe I should have paid attention for the last 10 years. Or is he looking at him like, what the is wrong with this lunatic?
Many levels.
First you see him running around throwing punches, you know. You know how he walks around throwing punches while he's just standing there. And now he's yelling at nobody.
He's arguing with the voices in his head.
We all along, we don't really, Rocky looks like a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He's always just kind of going through life. Now we find out that he really is unhappy with his place in life. Other than now, he's got his lady finally, but he's not happy with his apartment. He's not happy. He never had a prime. He obviously, he said, "What about my prime? I never had a prime." So he's not happy with his place in the boxing world. He's not happy with his apartment. Obviously, it stinks. And like I said, I think that's a metaphor for his life. He's not happy where he's at right now.
Agreed.
I think some of us have been in that position before. I know I have a couple of times. It's just like, that feeling, like, especially when I was married, as it was just like, man, this can't be it, and sometimes you got to do stuff to pick yourself back up or at least get some things out so you can see where you're at and then see where you can go from there. I don't know. That's just how I always felt. At least that's what marriage was to me.
Well, you can't think rationally when you have all this shit that's bottled up and just eating away at you.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're able to vent, whether it's to the walls of your own house or to somebody else, then you can kind of clear your mind out and start to make a plan for what's next. Right,
exactly. And I think that's probably what Rocky's doing right here. Like, he's laying everything out. He's letting Mick know. I mean, he reminds me of a kid in this scene, and it's just like, he's just letting everything out. And now that it's all out, where do we go? Like, let's start over.
At this point, all right, let's say this. At what point during your whole time with us, do you think Rocky realized, I'm going to do this with Mickey, but I just need to get over this?
At what point did he realize that?
Yeah. Do you think it's not until after he airs it all out, until he lets it all out? Or did he know beforehand, but he's just too mad to let Mickey in?
I think he knew beforehand, but he was too mad to let Mickey in. I think he knew as soon as Mickey showed up there that he needed Mickey and he wanted Mickey. And Mickey was going to be a part of this, but he wasn't going to make it easy. Mm-hmm. And he had to let Mickey say what he had to say to the point where he got angry and then just let it all out, air everything out, and then they can heal from that and move on. You can't move on without getting all this out first.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Oh yeah, that's exactly, yeah, that's what I think too.
All right. I mean, Rocky, he's in the middle of his rant now, so if you want, we can wrap this up.
It's gonna be one of those random things just happens during this that I just since we're talking and we have a couple minutes, I have a dentist appointment this afternoon, right? And I just got my dentist is like, they send me emails, texts, everything. I just got a text from my dentist. We are looking forward to your appointment today at 2:15. Like, are they really, like, are they all around the office right now going, oh, Jason's coming today. Like, let's get ready. Shining up the equipment, putting some air fresheners out. Like, woo, Jason's coming today. Hey guys, who's coming today? You're not looking forward to me coming just as much as I'm not looking forward to going there.
Feels like you need to vent some stuff before you go to the dentist today.
Listen, I'm gonna yell at my dentist today before we get going. I was like,
For an apology.
Boy stinks.
This place stinks. Oh man.
All right, so that's that.
Yeah, all right. So Armando.
Yes, sir.
Again, remind our fans about Talented Slackers and where they can find you.
You can find us on Twitter at Talented Slacker. Twitter wouldn't give us the extra S, so find us on there. We're the only talented slackers that matter on there. And you can find me on Twitter as well at manbat33. I don't do the Facebook thing.
No, okay.
Too many memes.
So you won't be joining our listeners group.
If I go back to Facebook, and that's probably the reason why. But there's just too much on Facebook. I was just like, I got to get off of this.
Fair enough. For those of you that haven't turned your back on Facebook, come to our listeners page, Mighty Mix. We also have our main page, Rocky Minute. I release the episodes on the Facebook page as well as on duelinggenre.com and Twitter at Rocky Minute. And if you want to email us, we're rockyminute@gmail.com. And we'll pick back up where we left off tomorrow on Friday. And we'll see you on the next Rocky Minute.